The spending bill approved by the House would keep the federal government funded through September. But that same bill, if approved by the Senate, will also result in $1 billion of cuts to services in D.C. Rafael Sanchez Cruz has been following this all week, and Rafa, this may go down to the wire.
Yeah, the Senate is likely to vote on the final passage of this continuing resolution on Friday. Republicans need at least 8 Senate Democrats to clear the 60-vote threshold to then advance the bill for a final vote on the floor. It's that first vote that D.C. residents and officials have their eyes on.
I'm going to put you in charge of this crew.
D.C. residents met inside the Hart Senate office building.
I believe in you. I believe in you.
Their mission? Getting one message through to U.S. senators.
Please vote no on cloture. No on cloture means that they don't allow this to go to a vote.
Kaya Chatterjee is referring to the continuing resolution before the U.S. Senate. The bill would keep the federal government funded through September. But district officials say the same measure would revert the city to its 2024 budget and force $1.1 billion in cuts to D.C. services.
$1 billion would mean cuts to services for seniors like myself.
City officials say it would also include cuts to D.C. police, fire and EMS, 911 services, Metro, and D.C. public schools.
We are being singled out because we are not a state and being treated somehow like a federal department.
Over $1 billion of D.C. taxpayer money. This isn't federal money. This isn't our fight.
But at-large council member Robert White, his colleagues, and Mayor Merle Bowser are now in the fight.
We need action today, and the Senate has the power to introduce an amendment to fix the D.C. issue.
That fix would allow D.C. to spend its 2025 budget, but would prolong the approval of the continuing resolution. Time is ticking, and the Senate has until just before midnight on Friday to avoid a government shutdown.
If you have to shut down the federal government for a couple days to fix this, that's better than letting it go like this.
Yeah, the people doing the lobbying on Capitol Hill tell me members of Congress and staffers don't really understand the impact that this continuing resolution would have on D.C. By that time, they say the funding bill goes on the floor, and they hope that there will be no excuse at that point because they're doing all their efforts to educate everyone, Simone.
Look, Republicans, as you touched on, need everyone on board. Plus, they need 8 Senate Democrats to go along with this as well. So I know you're going to continue to watch this to see if it even gets to the floor for a final vote. Keep us posted, Rafa. Thank you.